Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí estamos en Vampyr. Vamos a seguir por donde lo dejamos. Un momentito. Ayer. Bueno, casi, ¿no? Porque creo que salvamos a la chica. Un momentito. Me acuerdo un poco de esto. Era por aquí, creo. Claro. Vamos a curarla. Lo dejamos aquí. La vamos a curar, vamos a subir ya para arriba. Esta chica la encontramos gracias a la nota que dejó su padre.
You should return to a safer place, Miss Teasdale. What's more, I'm not sure you should see your father in his condition. He was savagely disfigured.
Thank you for your sympathy, Doctor. But I recently learned to stare horror in the face.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale.
No.
You
Curarla.
should return to a...
Thank you for...
Vale, tengo 5. Ah, no me deja. ¿Por qué no me deja curarla? ¿La mato?
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again.
No, no le voy a matar. Por ahora. Vale. Subimos. Hacha corriente. Oh, hacha corriente, me mola eso. Espérate. No llega al máximo. El hacha es que es mucho de Bloodborne, ¿eh? Vamos a mejorar a nivel 2, ¿eh? Y a nivel 3. Y a nivel 4. Y a nivel 5 también. Ah, no. Sí. Por aquí. Oh, ese hacha me mola, ¿eh? Yo era en plan por mucho, pero que mucho de hacha. Las cosas como son. Hacha y abierta. No, chicas. Quizás por eso a veces golpeo tan lejos. Te acostumbras a eso. Bueno, pero vamos acercando. No sé por qué no me deja curar a esta chica. Me la podría haber comido, ¿no? Quizás me arrepienta. Pero para que quiero comerme tampoco puedo subir como que de inmediato puntos, ¿no? Entra en la mansión de Dawson. Habla con los residentes del West End sobre... Resulta que aquí vamos a encontrar más personajes, ¿no? ¿Ves? Desconocido. Que me di una vuelta para ver si encontraba más gente, porque me faltaba más gente por encontrar y conocer. Iglesia del Temple, grave. Aquí tenemos a este hombre, esta mujer. Este no parece Palmer, tío. Bien, pues vamos a hablar contigo, si quieres. Y te paras.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
Exacto.
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
No sé, tío. Voy a probar.
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
Lo primero, ¿conoce a Dawson?
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Su vida en Londres. ¿Por qué investiga por la
Why are
noche?
you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
¿Quiere denunciar a Jeffrey McCallum? ¿Conoce a Fergal Bansha?
Does the name Fergal ring a bell? Fergal Bansha.
Of course it does. Fergal Bansha, the butcher of Galway. Hung in Dublin in 1857 for murdering more than 20 men with his bare hands. Why are you so interested in dead criminals, sir?
Muerto. Qué raro, ¿no? Hábleme sobre el barrio.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
¿Qué asesino?
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
Cree que un médico se esconde tras la epidemia. ¿Qué hay de la epidemia?
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
¿Qué está haciendo aquí
What are
realmente?
you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
¿Trabaja solo?
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
Sobre la situación.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Vale. Preguntas personales. Háblame sobre ese maniático obsesivo.
Tell me
Maníaco.
all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Sobre su investigación.
What are you investigating exactly?
I have a missing woman, possibly abducted a few nights ago. Louise Teasdale. It seems you already found my
Louise.
other missing person, Mr. Tadao Kimura.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
Es
She's
verdad.
a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No. But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
Pero nosotros sabemos dónde está. Bueno.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Ya. Tienda de Prince.
I am glad to see you again.
Vale.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reid, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Price?
Oh yes, I feel so oppressed lately. And tired and feeble too. Thank you so much, Doctor. You're always so considerate.
Ah. En otro momento. En otro momento porque no tengo. ¿Conoce a
Do
Dawson?
you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
O sea, de la muerte de su hermano falleció en un accidente aéreo. Nos están pintando como un hijo puta, pero la mano no está mal convertirlo. Lo que pasa que, claro, no tiene tampoco mucho de esta experiencia, ¿no? Sobre su
What
trabajo.
can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Ya. ¿Tanto he cambiado?
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reid, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Hábleme de usted.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Anda. O sea, va detrás nuestra, ¿no? Reconoce sentir algo por su antiguo médico, el doctor Jonathan Reid. Te enamoraría de ábreme sobre el
Have you
barrio.
noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reid.
Va a saco, ¿eh? De moda que te cagas. A ver. Sobre la salud de su hija.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
¿Su inocencia la ponía en peligro?
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
Está bien ser precavido.
You
yo qué sé.
have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price.
Pero no sobreprotector.
Especially in
¿eh?
these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reid. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Ajá. Bueno, pues...
Goodbye
Nada.
for now, Miss Price.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Vale. Para el agotamiento no tenemos porque esta también está agotada. Por lo tanto... ¿Qué va a hacer esta gente? Tengo que esperar a que entren.
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Quieren abandonar la ciudad porque sienten que algo no va bien. Son hermanos. Pericles Becker. Escondite, por cierto. Baker, ¿no? Y Baker. Vamos a hablar con ellos.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid? Dr. Reid?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Está perfecto. ¿Conoce a Dawson?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Su vida en Londres. ¿Qué está haciendo aquí?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are
Sí.
you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
A ver. Están esperando algo o alguien para abandonar la ciudad. Hábleme sobre el barrio.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
No lo
I
sé.
don't know. I was born and raised in London, but I feel like a stranger here recently.
You didn't answer my question, sir. But I don't blame you. Perhaps it's better that way.
Bueno, por lo menos no he pedido ninguna pista. ¿A qué se dedica?
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
¿Por qué quiero dejar la ciudad?
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
¿A qué se dedicaba antes?
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Vamos, que no nos dice nada. Todo sentimiento hacia la ciudad.
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear, too confused.
Go on, please.
Where should I start? The world is chaos. Men go mad and nature itself runs roughshod over us all.
This is not the first time mankind has faced a deadly epidemic or a war.
Men kill each other while nature decides to kill them all. I don't know what scares me the most.
¿Y ahora?
Do you?
¿Me oye? ¿Lo va del barco? Mi madre tiene sábana en su sofá nuevo. Eso de una gotera. La puerta. Llena de pegatina. ¿Lo ves?
Both can be disastrous, and a combination of the two merely increases their potency.
And what if they were just a sign of worse disasters to come? Something of biblical proportions, I wonder.
¿A quién espera?
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer. And here we are.
Su hermano tiene más respuestas.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
¿Dónde está tu hermano? Aquí... Ahí. ¿Y abajo que tenemos un adivino? Uf. ¿Dónde está el hermano? Pericles Becker.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
También está agotado. ¿Conoce a Dawson?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Su vida en Londres. ¿Qué está haciendo aquí?
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
Joder,
You
se
must have
pasan...
your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
Se está pasando la pelota de uno a otro. ¿Por qué no se han marchado aún?
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
Hábleme sobre el
What can
barrio.
you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Sí, ¿por
Because
qué?
I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
¿Qué tipo de pregunta es esa?
What kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
Hábleme de su hermano.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place.
A ver, mira.
We don't often agree on anything, you see?
A ver. ¿Te pueden encantar más el ruido? ¿Lo has visto?
Vale. Preguntas personales. Mira. ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva esperando?
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for sure, since I have no watch. but the night is still young and I am not tired.
Is that the most honest answer you can give me?
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important to you?
Hago todo lo posible por comprender las cosas.
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to obey such rules?
No entiendo. ¿Quién es usted?
I know one thing. I do not understand who you are.
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few words or a few lines?
¿Te qué? ¿Un filósofo o qué? Mira, tenemos todo. Sobre situación actual. Son todo un misterio. ¿Quién abandona la ciudad? Está esperando a alguien, ¿vale? ¿Qué serían estos dos? ¿A quién espera exactamente?
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know.
Que pase algo.
A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
¿Qué tipo de trampa?
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
¿Abandonar Londres lo liberará?
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
¿A qué tiene miedo realmente?
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem is, it's precisely what I don't know that frightens me. So I suppose I can't really answer your question.
¿A dónde tiene pensado ir?
If you've finally managed to leave London, where do you intend to go?
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better than the previous one.
Such a place doesn't exist. There are never any guarantees that tomorrow will be a better day.
That would mean I have no hope left, and I just can't accept such a conclusion.
Vale.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Entonces ahora sí vamos a coger, hermano, algo de info más. ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva esperando?
How long have you been waiting for this man?
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him. Not a pleasant thought.
It could be dangerous for you, waiting here all night.
That's quite true. But what other choice do we have? We are waiting here until we finally go.
¿Por qué sigue esperando entonces?
Why are you still waiting for this person?
What would be the point of going before meeting the man, as he's going to help us leave?
Es un nombre peculiar,
Mr.
sí.
Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the strangest.
Really? I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong with that?
Ya.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Ay,
No.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
no. Ah,
Good evening.
faltaba... ¿Qué va a hacer ahora?
Heracles, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave. Perhaps we should stay a little longer. How can I tell?
And where exactly are you thinking of going?
In a place where I will finally have that feeling, to be where I belong. The world has to be meaningless chaos to make such a heaven plausible.
Buah, esto es una paranoia que te caga. Ok, bueno, vamos a crear antídotos. Para este hombre, para la mujer, serían 3 agotamientos. Si no me equivoco, tenemos un escondite nuevo. Ah, me creía que había algo, tío. Estaba todo el rato dando. Esto será para salir. Y me interesa crear antídotos. Esto está muy guay, ¿eh? Aquí. Serían 3 agotamientos, por favor. Y esto es un solo nuevo, ¿no? Vale. Vamos a tener uno de cada. Ah, el arma. El arma sería... ¿Cuál estoy aquí? Nivel 5. Trozo de aluminio. Vale. ¿Cuál teníamos? Hacha corriente. El consumo de energía un 10%. Energía. Aumenta la frecuencia o... Vale, no le falta pieza de puñal eficaz. Y para el garrote son, ¿qué? Trozo de aluminio. ¿Hay algo que podamos reciclar que no sea aluminio? Frasco de vidrio. Esquila de aluminio, aluminio en polvo. Un momento ahora. Vale. Ah, coño, aquí. Trozo de aluminio. Aumenta el daño infligido en un 20%, reduce el consumo de energía en un 20% o... en un 20%... Oh yeah. A tope el garrote. Y el hacha, que también da 2 manos. Pieza de puño eficaz. Bueno, vamos a darle los remedios. Y dormimos. Vale. No way.
No good place. One of them! Away with you!
Bueno, hay otro. Sí, pero no era por aquí por donde yo quería salir. En eso estamos completamente de acuerdo. ¿Dónde está? Vale, ahí. Es por la otra puerta. Es esta. Correcto. Primero, usted.
Dr. Reid, still conducting your nocturnal survey?
Tenemos agotamiento.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm afraid I may have caught something. I don't feel too well.
Se lo
You'll
damos.
quickly feel better after taking this.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. I really appreciate it.
De todas maneras, no creo que tengamos nada nuevo.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Por supuesto. Tenemos aquí. Ah, mira, de paso vamos también.
I am.
Toma, tu remedio, guapa.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me.
Sí.
Do you need my
Oh yes, I feel so oppressed.
I'm just doing my job.
Perhaps. But I have always been grateful for your concern.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Esta señora.
Dr.
Good
Reid.
evening, Miss Price.
I am.
I'm Dr. Reid. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reid? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum.
Ah, la hija.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Vale. Tu vida en Londres. ¿Despierta de noche?
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
Tu madre debe estar
I'm
orgullosa.
sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Trabajo
Why
difícil.
is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
Qué raro esto, ¿no? Siempre quedo bien de ella cuando se ha hecho daño. ¿Por qué es tan torpe? Háblame sobre el
What can you tell
barrio.
me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. With the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
Ya. ¿No tienes amigos?
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by
¿Nithercote?
anymore?
No.
¿Richard?
Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a
Richard.
girl I'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this can be.
Richard. Háblame sobre la epidemia.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Vale. ¿Te gusta trabajar con tu madre?
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
¿Recuerdas a tu padre?
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
¿Te has planteado casarte?
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Tienes que subir tu autoestima, chica. Carol, ¿eh? ¿Conoces a Dawson, chica?
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius?
Yes, a very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
I am sorry.
Ah, espérate un momento, Carol. Tengo que hacer más
Good
agotamiento.
evening, young lady.
My mother ordered.
Do you need my medical?
Oh, please.
Don't be shy. It's my duty to take care.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged.
Goodbye, Carol.
Vamos a hacer más agotamiento. En un momento.
I can't help processing. Perhaps you should talk with someone else instead.
Por nuestro país, va. Únete a nuestra fila, bla 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 bla. Vamos a hacer un par de agotamientos más. Porque quiero dormir, que se sane. Todo el mundo. Dime que la mesa... Ah, hostia, la mesa está arriba. Eso no lo he visto antes, ¿ves tú? Esos 3 agotamientos porque es muy común. Y ahora... creo que esta, ¿no? Sí.
Hello again, Dr. Reid.
Do you need my medical attention?
Indeed. I've never been good at explaining my feelings, but I can tell when my body is hurting me.
You have nothing to be worried about. You should recover by taking this.
Sounds so easy to fight disease. Too bad it's not the same making people smile again.
Ya.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Bueno, ahora sí. Vamos a pasar la noche. Y a ver qué pasa, qué cambio hay. Hacemos este pequeño guardado. A ver, ¿qué podemos subir? Terminar, tira. Atraviesas a tus presas con tu profundidad gastando la sangre de cada golpe. 345. Oh. Daño aturdido. Oh, coagulación. Vamos bien, de garrón. Sí, un momento. Un defensa aturdidor. Recuperamos sangre y hacemos más daño. 1500. Ese por ahí. Y 1700. Vale, pues vamos a... Salud, energía. La energía la tenemos a tope. Mordedura. Capacidad de sangre. Capacidad de sangre está el 7, 7, 8. Vamos, más capacidad. Nos faltan 2 niveles y aquí otros 2. Vamos a hacer eso. Subimos una potente, subimos una del otro. Tenemos a ver y resfriado. Y esta que no me deja curarla. De las tenemos a resfriado al hermano, claro, normal, tanto tiempo esperando. Este... bueno, ha mejorado. Este lo voy a volver a curar, pero es que este me lo voy a comer. Estoy deseando de subir un nivel más. Cefalea. Aquí están todos con cefaleas, dolor de cabeza. Ok. Problemitas con el mando. Un momentito. No hay ningún evento. Vale. Y diría que es esta. ¿Quiero continuar por aquí? Sí. Entonces, claro, ya... Quiero... Interesante, podéis por ahí arriba. Joder. Ya. Hay otro, ¿eh? Nada por aquí, no. Puerta no, pero a mí esto no me interesa ir para allá.
I'd step over there. The beast
Oh.
must die. He's dead.
Recupera, recupera. Ey. Hombre. Estoy viendo un poco lo que hay por aquí, pero vamos que no. Tiene pinta que es por ahí, ¿no? Y que aquí hay otro escondite. Ah, vale, amiguito. La puerta. Vale, vale, vale. Pues por aquí. Claro, la puerta que daba al otro de este. Alguna... Me recuerda a esa Bloodborne, tío, sí. Pequeños detalles ahí bien cuidados. Esto no se abre ni hay posibilidad de nada, ¿no? Está muy oscuro, ¿eh? Me gusta, ¿eh? Me da miedo, ¿eh? Me da miedo. Por aquí puedo entrar, ¿no? Estupendo, va momento perfecto para hacer un corte y volver a grabar por aquí. Un saludito y hasta ahora.